What's up, guys? John here from Power Arc, and today we're going to be reacting to some more debate club. Uh, yeah, we got Little Mac versus Martinucci Ippo. Uh, Punch Out versus Hajime no Ippo. Yeah. Let's get into this. Before we start, I know a bunch about Martinucci. I've read all of Hajime no Ippo. I'm up to date with the current fight. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm backing Ippo because I've never seen Punch Out or played it or know anything about Little Mac. I'm backing Ippo, but I am. What's up, guys? John here from Broadcoach Hazard. What's up, guys? John here from Power Arc. What's up, guys? John here from Power Arc, and today we are going to be reacting to Little Mac versus Machinuichi Ippo. Punch Out versus Hajime no Ippo. This is a debate club, which I'm currently 3-0 in, surprisingly enough. Uh, this is a very big matchup because this is one that's been in the tournament champions vote for Death Battle. Little Mac and Ippo. I know a lot about Hajime no Ippo because I love that series. I'm caught up with the manga of it, up to the current fight. Um, I'm backing Makunoichi, but I don't know if he will win because I don't know anything about Little Mac. I'm hoping Ippo wins. So before my pre my pre vote will be Ippo. This because I don't know who Little Mac is. Once the both analyses are done, I'll give my official prediction. So let's go.
Boxing, what started off as two dudes punching each other for funsies, now evolved into a legitimate sport. And these two are the most iconic boxers in fiction. Little Mac, the bruiser of the Bronx, and Makunochi Ippo, Japan's featherweight slugger. In this debate, we will be looking at both competitors' anime and video game appearances. That being said, we will be excluding crossovers because I refuse to believe that Ippo and Inuyasha are on equal footing. Also, no Gigamac because, come on. With that being said, I make Jesus and we'll go over their origin and skills to determine who would win in this episode of The Debate Club.
Okay. Starting off with Little Mac. This is going. This may change my opinion on who will win real fast.
The World Video Boxing Association, a place where all walks of life come to prove themselves in an attempt to become champion. This includes fighters such as the strict Von Kaiser, the crazed Aaron Ryan, the suave Don Flamenco, and the menacing, unstoppable, absolute monster, Glass Joe. Oh, and Gabby J. Yay! Among these fighters was a young man who was determined to claim that championship himself. His name was Mac, and at just 17 years old, he entered the WBBA. He was gonna make the whole world know the name Little Mac.
Okay.
He's not even that short. He's only 5'7". But I guess he needed a nickname. To all the ladies out there, he's not short. Your standards are just too high. Despite his desire to become the best, Little Mac didn't really have that much skill in boxing. In fact, he was on a losing streak so bad, he was told to hang up the gloves. Cause that's the kind of motivation someone needs at a young age. Things were pretty bleak. That's when he was taken in by the boxing expert Doc Lewis, who took Mac in and trained him to become a punching machine. Weighing at just around 107 pounds, Little Mac is around the minimum weight class in boxing, which makes his struggle even more difficult, seeing that there's no real weight class division in the WVBA. This means Mac has to fight people twice his own weight. So to combat this, he begins training non-stop so that he can not only fight above his weight class, but get ahead. After hours and hours of analyzing and researching, we can determine that Mac is a swarmer. A swarmer-style boxer capitalizes on dodging attacks and swarming their opponents with a barrage of punches for quick KOs. And Little Mac follows this strategy to a T. It's how he was able to take out big brutes such as King Hippo, who, while we don't have an official weight for, we can easily classify him as a heavyweight. I mean, it's not that hard, guys. Mac can perform moves like the Star Punch, where he stores momentum from the fight to fire a powerful right hook that can knock out even the toughest boxer. But if he wants to go for the kill, he unleashes his signature KO punch. An uppercut so fierce and powerful that it practically guarantees victory. With Doc Lewis's help and knowledge of all things boxing, Mac is able to keep up with all sorts of boxers that cheat, straight up bum rush you like a bull, some that use a staff, and some that are just straight up clowns? I'm sorry, but I just have to ask what kind of regulations there are in the WVBA, because it seems to me like anyone can join. I mean, come on.
This one, the one there, the dude just charges at you.
Boxers that cheat, straight up bum.
This guy. That's kind of Ippo's MO. Not, he doesn't just charge right into fights. He does have strategy. He does the peekaboo. He gets in close and then tries to go for the Dempsey row. But he does close the gap on his opponents real fast.
Rush you like a bull, some that use a staff, and some that are just straight up clowns? I'm sorry, but I just have to ask what kind of regulations there are in the WVBA, because it seems to me like anyone can join. I mean, come on, this guy's just straight up using magic, like what the hell? Little Mac's fists are not only weapons in and of themselves, but they're also tough enough to withstand hitting sewer lids off of King Hippo's belly. Yeah, that's solid iron right there. He even knocked out the Donkey Kong. Yeah, at this point, I feel like the only requirement in joining the WVBA is just to show up with boxing gloves and say, hey, I want to punch people. You're in, kid. A typical silverback gorilla skeleton, more importantly its skull, can withstand around 200 kilograms or around 2,844 psi's of force. Compare that to the hardest punch ever recorded by Vlad Klitschko, which is around 1,100 psi. That puts Little Mac's strongest punch potential at almost 3 times stronger than that of the strongest punch on Earth. He's also able to react to Great Tiger's mystical punches. While not exact teleportation, it does go to show how far his training has led him. It kinda makes sense how he was able to beat legendary Hall of Famer Mike Tyson, who has one of the most legendary records of 50 wins and 8 losses. Oh, and 48 of those wins were knockouts. And Mac has held 3 different championships in 3 different circuits. Although there is one weakness to Mac, his stamina. If a skilled enough boxer can block and dodge his attacks enough, he will tire out to the point where he can't even raise his hands to defend himself.
Here's how the average man's life would change if he never saw an ad again. Day 1, he would install Pi on his computer,
leaving him.
I mean, that's one thing for Ippo, because Ippo is a stamina machine. He's gonna go the distance. That's if he doesn't get knocked out.
Wide open, and if he's not careful, down for the count. But despite all that, with a record like this and insane power behind those fists, it's no surprise he's known as the Bruiser of the Bronx. The world will finally know the name of their champion, Little Mac.
Ooh, son. You about ready for some chocolate cake?
Okay. Down for Ippo.
Everyone has a humble beginning. You never really know when your journey might start. In the case of a young man named Makunouchi Ippo, his story started as humble as you can get. Young Ippo was a simple boy working with his mother in the family business. He was a rather underwhelming kid. He didn't really have much friends and would get bullied non-stop. Hold on, I'm getting a premonition. I see an event where he's saved by someone, and that person inspires Ippo to transform from a wimpy loser to a badass. One day while being bullied by some peers, he was saved by a boxer named Takamura. On that day, Ippo's life gained purpose, and after some
Takamura is the GOAT.
punching, Ippo was invited to a boxing gym to prove himself. That's when everyone there, including Ippo himself, saw what he was made of. As it turns out, Ippo packs quite the punch, probably thanks to his job as a fish loader. It's an honest job that paid off. Now all he needed was the proper training to put that strength to good use. Cue the training music. Under the training of boxing expert Kamigawa, Ippo was taught a multitude of boxing techniques, all of which incorporate his unnatural strength with some footwork to keep himself moving, similar to an outboxer. An outboxer focuses on moving around their opponent and capitalizing on their mistakes to score punches. He learned techniques like the gazelle punch, liver punch, counters, hooks, the bread and butter of boxing. His peekaboo stance is actually inspired by the Mike Tyson, keeping his guard up while swaying around to use the momentum to allow his punches to gain even more power. This is how he unleashed his ultimate attack, the Dempsey Roll.
Yeah, I just remembered Little Mac beat Mike Tyson. Ippo's best strategy, best offense or defense is Mike Tyson's. Oh, my boy's going down, ain't he? Oh no. My boy ain't making it out of this.
Wave of punches so strong, so fierce that they'll leave your neck.
Oh my god.
When he's not flipping your chin upside down, he spends his days working those muscles on his day job or at the gym. If he's on the ropes, he can rely on Kamigawa to help him out with some pointers or a good old slap on the back. I mean, Kamigawa is an expert and has fought during World War II, so he knows a thing or two about boxing. Ippo would go on to win 23 out of 26 matches. That's quite the record, and all those wins are knockouts. He's even held the championship for some time. Then there's the one time he arm wrestled Takamura to a standstill for a short while. The same guy who was not only a higher weight class than Ippo, but also one time fought an actual bear and won. This is an Asian black bear, and while not as big as their cousins the grizzlies, they're still bears and can tear you from limb to limb. Kids, if you ever cross paths with a bear, do your best to be faster than the guy next to you. Don't go around thinking you can fistfight a bear and win, unless you're Takamura, who is an animal in his own right. But if there's anything Ippo has over other boxers, it's tenacity. There are so many instances where Ippo looks like he's down for the count, but somehow he keeps getting back up. Even after having his fist beaten bloody, having his brain shook, taking smash punches to the face to the point where his eye swells up, even when his own body refuses to stand up, he keeps fighting. If you want to win against Ippo, you better make sure you can put him down for good. While admirable, it is rather reckless of him and has led him to lose fights to more experienced fighters, and has even led to his retirement. It's always good to know your limits, Maybe it's the protagonist mentality, but it's also what makes Ippo a champion. Keep on fighting, Ippo. You truly are Japan's best.
Ippo, my boy. I want you to win. I can't. I think Little Max winning, but I'm rooting for Ippo. I'm my bet's on Ippo.
It's time. Both combatants are ready, and it is time to put the debate to rest.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. In the white corner from New York City, standing 5'7" and weighing 107 pounds, the bruiser of the Bronx, Little Mac. And in the red corner from Tokyo, Japan, standing 5'5" and weighing 126 pounds, he is the featherweight slugger, Makanouchi Ippo. Which of these two boxers has what it takes to claim the belt? It is time to find out.
I'm on Ippo. Let's go.
Both fighters are ready. Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's go, Ippo. Come on, let's go, Ippo. Come on, Ippo. Good. Let's go, Ippo. Come on. Good dodge, Ippo. No. No. Use. Ippo, get out of the corner. Get out of the corner, Ippo.
And just like that, Ippo is the first to fall. Uh-oh, looks like Ippo's back on his feet. Better be careful, Mac. This fight isn't over yet.
Come on, Ippo. Ippo, come on.
Whoa! Ippo just punched Mac out of the ring! Does this count as a ring out? Well, I guess we wait for Mac to re-enter and... Wait, what? What's Ippo doing? It looks like this is gonna be a no-holds barred.
Okay. Ippo, you're winning. Oh, no, Ippo, you're winning, bro. Let's go.
Is that blood? Ooh, that is not a good look for you. It's anyone's game now. And there it is, the Dempsey roll. It looks like this is the end.
Ippo.
Whoa! Talk about disarming your opponent. Mac moves in for the finishing rush.
Ippo, no. Ippo, no.
And Little Mac takes it in absolutely brutal fashion. Oh, we gotta have a guy who can clean this up, right? Fun fact, in boxing, there are many cases of competitors dying during and after matches, which technically makes boxing the only sport that legally allows you to kill someone. I don't know, I just thought that was a fun fact you should know. Anyways, this match was really close. I would be hard-pressed to say that Ippo wouldn't be able to take a win here. I mean, they both have such strong punching powers, and when it comes to versatility, Ippo would be able to tire Mac if the fight takes long enough.
Ippo. My boy. What happened, my man? You had it all. You had everything. Okay, let's find out why Ippo lost.
However, all Mac really needed was one good hit. I mean, Mac was trained to topple people twice his weight, so you know his punches are no joke. If we compare their respective animal feats, it's no contest that a bear would definitely take the win. However, that's if it was a grizzly. Takamura knocked out a black bear, which is more smaller than its brown counterpart. This makes their strength feats actually more on par with each other. Not that that matters anyways, because not only is that more of a Takamura feat, but in their arm wrestling contest between Ippo and Takamura, Ippo lost. With so much back and forth between the two, how did we ever come up with a winner? Well, when in doubt, tire them out. We need to see how much they can take before they go down for good. In the case of Ippo, he's been through the ringer on nearly every fight he's been in. It's impressive for sure, but the strongest punches Ippo's faced pale in comparison to Little Mac, who can stop the bull rush. You know, the attack that's literally an almost 300-pound man running at you. Not only did Little Mac stop that attack in its tracks, but if utilizing a star punch, he can even send Bull flying back.
This means that Little Mac can not only stop, but also punch out 300 pounds around like nothing. Not only that, but the real deal breaker here was their experience. If we were to count every opponent Mac has faced, not counting rematches or return appearances, Mac has faced around 27 different opponents, which, while yes, is only one more than the number of boxing matches Ippo's faced, Little Mac's opponents, let me remind you, are twice his weight. Hell, some are either gorillas or Southern Islanders or sewer lids. There's really nothing Ippo can do to push Mac to his limits. Ippo might have tenacity, but in this case, it only prolonged the inevitable. In the end, Little Mac had the power, the endurance, and the experience needed to win this bout by permanent knockout. Poor Ippo, this loss really tore him apart. The winner is Little Mac.
We Mac, baby.
Who's next? 5 fights left. Okay. Fights down. Anime protagonist versus anime protagonist. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, God. Can I show this on? I want to assume I'm able to show that on YouTube. Okay. I knew Ippo wasn't gonna win. I wanted Ippo to win so bad. Man, this is the only part I didn't like about the fight was whenever they did the win and fought outside the ring. Ippo wouldn't do that. Ippo is too good of a rule follower to jump out of the ring and fight someone else out of the ring. Yeah, I knew I knew Ippo wasn't gonna win, but I was hoping. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I've been John. Thank you all for watching. Links in the description for the original video. Be sure to check that out. Give Volt Gaming a like. Yeah. Until next time, guys. I've been John. I'll be seeing you.